Alrighty, hey, what's up you guys? Gavin here. Today we're going to be talking about a movie, pretty spectacular movie. The movie we're looking at today is Kid Cannabis, starring Jonathan Daniel Brown, Kenny Wormald, and Ron Perlman. It was released April 18th, 2014. It's based off an article of the real Nate Norman. Alright, so the first thing we're talking about today is my first impression of the movie. My first impression stemmed from kind of, I was looking through the Netflix app and stuff, and, I stumbled upon it just kind of out of sheer luck, and was pleasantly surprised to find out that it was a really cool movie and it was really entertaining. Some of the things that I really liked about the movie were the pace. I really liked that, it had a momentum throughout the whole movie that was just kind of, consistent throughout. It's definitely a hidden gem for sure. It also had like this really low budget charm that worked in its favor. Something cool to note about the movie is that all the scenes with weed are real, and that there was even they even went to a weed growing facility, and the trip there they had to be in a van that was blacked out, and they had to wear blindfolds, which was really interesting to know, and I thought that was cool. Alright, so the next thing I'm talking about is the genre. The genre is basically a biographical comedy drama. Something to note about anything biographic is that it gives the movie an organic feel. Because a lot of the scenarios aren't made up; they're real. So it gives it, like a natural edge to the movie. Also, the movie is rather motivating, because it's motivating because, like, in the movie, these guys became multimillionaires overnight, running a few miles in the woods. It's kind of inspiring, considering it is, a true story and whatnot, that, like, if you just kind of, like, set your mind to something, you can do practically anything. These kids were just, like, up and decided one day that they didn't want to be broke, and they fucking did something about it, and it was miraculous. Moreover, the movie is also very relatable because throughout the movie, Nate talks a lot about how his life is one thing compared to what happened when he became a millionaire. It reminds you of how, like, easily you can kind of just if you take a good look at your life, or you just kind of get a little insecure about certain things, that's a very real thing. Not all of us are rich and famous and all these things, and that desperation is very true to a lot of people, and but not just being down on your luck, it's also having a dream and, celebrating successes. A lot of that is what this movie is about, and that's some of the things that I really liked about this movie, was that it's somewhat of like a rags or riches type of movie, and that's always really motivating and inspiring to see, because at any moment in your life you want to change something or be someone else, or move away to Alaska, like you basically can, and I really like movies like that. Alrighty, so the next thing we'll talk about is the director. The director of this film was John Stockwell. He's most known for his acting, Top Gun, Losing It, Christine. A couple other films he's directed were Into the Blue and Blue Crush, just to name a few. A few things to say about his movie is that overall it's really good directing. Wasn't a lot of plot holes. It was a solid flick. Alright, so the next one I'm talking about is my favorite part of the movie. So pretty much my favorite part of this movie was probably like the party scenes, or like the flashy quote unquote scenes. those were probably my favorite just because it's cool to watch people throw their money around. It's a cool sequence, you know, pretty girls, and they have this like EDM music in the background, and it's just kind of like, it's kind of fun. It's kind of a cool scene, but yeah, some lines in the movie that I really like are as follows. So the quote is in reference to being advised not to flash their money, considering that the whole operation was illegal and it was basically drug smuggling and, you know, all that jazz, which is really, really illegal. Like, it's like a federal offense at like a high amount. Like, it's crazy. But anyways, the quote starts off with looking back, probably should have reined things in earlier, but how do you keep kids like this? Santa's broken toys from broken homes and almost always broke from celebrating their success. So yeah, I thought it was really, first of all, the whole line kind of has a ring to it, but it's true, you know. It's like, damn, like, I bet in the back of their minds are probably like really kind of slightly regretting, you know, but at the same time it's like none of them really came from anything, you know. There's not like, they weren't born into money. All of them had to like struggle to do even the slightest thing, that like by the time that they had a bunch of money they were just like, F it. The line itself was really cool, and I thought it had like a ring to it, and I really liked it. Alright, so the last one I'm talking about is the character development. As far as characters go, the characters were really cool, and they were really likable, and you know, they were really smart. As far as character development goes, you know, the main characters kind of go through changes in the fact that, you know, the success brings so much change, so much lifestyle change. You know, they're moving into better houses, they're moving into better cars, like, that's kind of, you know, where a lot of the character development happens. There's a little bit of betrayal here and there as well, that kind of contributes to character development. Other things to know are like the antagonist. I thought the antagonist, Brendan Butler, was really cool. He's one of those characters that you love to hate, and he's like just such a maniac. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's like Joker maniac or anything, but he's, you know, he kind of fits in somewhere because he's always on opiates, he's always smoking weed, he's always drinking. Throughout the movie, he doesn't really let up on any of that. No thought to any consequence, and not to spoil the movie or anything, kind of leads to his downfall. And I can only imagine what it was actually like to deal with that in real life, because the movie is based off of a true story and whatnot. I assume that Brendan Butler, I don't know if that's his actual name or not, was a real person, and Nate Norman, you know, the movie's based off of, probably had to deal with people like that. And crazy to think about. It's kind of cool, kind of funny. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any other suggestions for movies, music, games alike, leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. And to rate this movie, we'll give it like a 4. It's a really good movie, and I really liked it. Good pacing, good characters, you know, good dialogue. It's definitely one that is always, I seem to rotate in, like, when I'm doing a movie marathon, or, you know, it's like a movie that comes to mind when I'm like chilling and I want to watch a, you know, chill movie. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.